Okay, so today is Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, sorry, I'm still kind of tired. I was like, okay, and then I had like two things I was gonna say that are related but very distinct, and then brain just went, no, I got nothing for you, Chief. So let's try that again. So, I have two pieces of big news to discuss. Again, related but completely distinct. One piece of big news. Freaking Pokemon came out today because it's now the 16th. So Legends ZA is now available and I have not bought it yet. There's the part of me that's like, I will probably get it today, and the part of me that's like, I'm probably not going to buy it anytime soon, because whether I buy it or not, I'm not going to play it right away, because I'm still in Zeiss when it comes to Trails in the Sky, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. I'm like, look, man, if I was playing Pokemon and a new Trails game came out, Trails would be on the back burner a bit so I could finish Pokemon, and now that the shoe's on the other foot, I guess the Straga's on the other foot, I'm going to finish Trails before I, boot up Pokemon. But, man, that feels actively weird to be like, dude, a new Pokemon game has come out, and I'm not going to drop what I'm doing to play it because I'm currently playing something that's in that same category. Just kind of neat how that worked. The other big thing is, I finished my first playthrough of Silent Hill F last night. So, Clay and I have been playing through the game together, and I've been absolutely loving it. So I won't go deep into spoilers here. I can't wait to do a video on it. Like, I think I said that about Shattered Memories. I know there have been times where I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk about something for a while. I'll probably do a video on it, so I won't go deep into spoilers here. And then I don't do the video. I'll have to get, struck by lightning to not do the video on Silent Hill F. I cannot wait to just talk about this, all the things that happen that I think are happening, what I think a lot of the symbolism is. And to be fair, as the game goes on, the symbolism becomes, I feel like, more obvious, but there's also some things I'm like, I don't really know what the flowers specifically represent, unless it's just I'm not gonna go into spoilers. It's I got some things I can think about, but I'm loving it. I'm really, really enjoying this game. I will say, I guess just short, unspoilery thoughts aside from I love it. I think the story is really interesting. It's one of those stories where it's a Ryukishi 7 story, which means I'm gonna have to go through it multiple times to get all of the context and all of the details. And even then, there will probably still be some things that are just intentionally unexplained and, left up to interpretation. But I feel like I have a lot of information and a lot of inferences that I've made, and I don't know how accurate they are, but they feel like they're in the ballpark with just a lot of the stuff that was confirmed and revealed as the game went on. Clay and I, with a lot of the stuff that we were theorizing and discussing, not all of it was right on the money, but it was kind of all within the same ballpark, which is something I really enjoy. It's why I like Madoka so much, is when I watched it for the first time, a lot of just my cracked out theories of what was going on and going to happen are more or less exactly what happened. It's I'm on the same wavelength as this. I'm worried, but this is really cool. And I feel something kind of similar with this, and I really dig that. So I've been enjoying the story. I love the game's aesthetic. Just number one, I really like the color of just the reds and I don't know, purple, and just, it's so gross. I don't really know how to describe it at times, but I really like the look of it. I like the colors. I do like the soundtrack. What was the credit theme called? I think A Bird's Lament. That shit was beautiful. There was this one track that played. I think I don't know if it played multiple times or if it was just once, but I think it was in the penultimate chapter, going back up to the house. There was just the song playing. I was I really like this. This is really pretty. I think I specifically made a comment. I was like, dang, Yamaoka, you're kind of killing it right now. So I liked a lot of that. When it comes to the monster designs, like, there is not a lot of enemy variety. There's, I don't know, maybe a solid, like, aside from bosses, like 6 monsters or so. I'm not going to bother counting and keeping track right now. But I like the designs. I like the looks of them. There's this one, and if you've played the game, you probably know what I'm talking about. Again, I don't want to get into any of the spoilers, but you fight it multiple times throughout the game, and whenever you see one, it is like, you cannot run, you have to fight this thing, but it's not quite a boss. I just hate looking at it. Like, I hate what you symbolize. I hate how you look. I hate the colors. I hate, like, how pulsating you are. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. And then also, just some of its attacks make it even worse. Like, it has a projectile that, like, really tracks you. There's another mechanic with it that I won't go into. If you know the game, you probably know what I'm talking about. Fucking hate that thing. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely despise it. The boss aesthetics, I've really liked. I think they look really cool. In terms of gameplay, I don't love the focus on combat. And a lot of it is just the way combat, like, I've talked about it several times. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you heard, but there's like a pair of big geese, like, flying overhead and honking. Sorry, that distracted me. Combat. So I don't like stamina meters. Just straight up, dead ass, don't like them. So I'm not a fan of very stamina-focused combat, especially in a horror game. I mean, I'm not going to say that a stamina meter... I'm not gonna say a stamina meter in a horror game is necessarily a bad thing. Like, okay, it's another resource that you have to manage, sure, but I don't know. It made the game feel, it's like, you know, you can run. It's a survival horror game, but the game makes it feel like it wants you to fight, especially because there are points, excluding bosses, because I think bosses are fair game. But there's points where, like, no, you have to stand your ground and fight enemies for a while. Like, sometimes you have to fight a couple waves. I'm like, why? Like, I don't know. This feels counterintuitive. And I just don't like it. And then after beating the game on New Game Plus, like, okay, so, like, here's some of the stuff you can carry over. And look, you unlock... It was like, was that a butterfly or is that just a leaf? I think that was just a leaf. It's like, you've unlocked Lost in the Fog difficulty for combat. Don't you want to try it? So, you mean I've unlocked the ability to make the worst aspect of the game even worse? I mean, we'll probably do it at some point, but not for the next playthrough. Okay, I think that was a butterfly. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted by stuff. Sorry. But we unlocked Lost in the Fog for combat. We're not going to do it on our next playthrough. We might do it for another one. My understanding is that there are 5 endings. You're locked into one on your first playthrough. Your second playthrough has a couple of endings that depend on some of your choices. And a UFO ending because it's Silent Hill. And then once you've unlocked one of those, like, 2 choice endings, you can get a third, like, true ending. So I think what our goal is to at least get one of those endings, the true ending, and we're gonna do a UFO ending. I especially because a big thing in the game, like, this is not spoilery, but Hinako and her friend Shu, she talks about, yeah, we would play Space Wars and, you know, alien invasion, and we'd have to fight them off and stuff. Like, oh, okay, like, this game is, like, primed for its UFO ending. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait for it. So I don't know if we're going to explicitly go for the UFO ending next or try to do one of the, like, main endings. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, I feel like I should also talk about the puzzles. So you have Lost in the Fog from the start in your puzzles, and we did that. It was really fun. I really enjoyed the puzzles. What are all of them? Okay, so there was this one. It's the one with the lockers, because as you're getting the information, you learn that it's like, okay, so there's combinations, but the combinations are all in code. And when we first got that, it was really late. I think it was around midnight. We're like, dude, we've been playing for a while. Game is great. We're kind of in our mode of starting to wind down. And now it's like, okay, so to do this puzzle, you're going to have to, like, go full imitation game. You're going to have to, like, learn how to code and decode and translate. Have fun. Like, let's do this the next day. And then when we did it the next day, we're like, okay, we're going to have to do some code. It's probably going to be some, like, weird bullshit from the way that some of these have been described. Let's go. Oh, these are actually, like, really simple and intuitive. Okay, never mind. Like, thanks, game, I'll take it. And then there was this one, sorry, I was thinking of, like, a few different puzzles. Because I was like, there's this one. And then I remembered the first big puzzle, which is, you get a lot of, like, esoteric hints and a bunch, and I think it's, like, 5 objects based on where to put the objects. And it's like, oh, this is actually really cool and really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Is it the last puzzle is the one with the fox mural? I don't remember if there was something after that. I honestly don't think there was, because I think the fox mural is after the house. I really enjoyed the house. The house was really cool. But the fox mural puzzle, that one had us for a while. And I will admit a lot of it was like, okay, so you have like 3 medallions, like you got to put one in one spot, one in one spot, one in another spot. But there's like 10 spots on the wall where any of these can go. And if you have 1 right and 2 wrong, the game will not tell you that you got 1 right. You got to get all 3 correct. So I was convinced that the fox medal went in a very particular spot, and I was wrong. And there was a point where I was like, dude, I am convinced. Like, it makes so much sense. It has to go here. Now let's figure out where these 2 go. Okay, like, we both feel really strongly that, like, the black bird goes in this particular one, which was correct. So where does the white one go? Like, maybe it goes here, and that could make sense. Maybe it goes here and make it make sense. Maybe the 2 of them have to face each other. Blah, 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 blah. And then there was a point where I, like, really, like, I, like, walked up in front of the screen to, like, get a good look at all the foxes, sat back down. I was like, okay. So I'm stupid. The fox goes here. Now let's try this, and then we got it right. So, like, I will take ownership that my, like, stubbornness is why it was delayed, but I will also take ownership that I figured out my own mistake. We take it. An L can be a loss, an L can be a lesson. What was the lesson? Tunnel vision bad when it comes to Silent Hill puzzles. But it was so fun. So, like, I know for our next New Game Plus, we're just going to be like, no, we're going to put combat on story. Like, let's just try to get through it faster. Like, we did our time. 12 years of it in Hidamizawa. Like, we did that already. We'll do the Lost in the Fog one later. We're keeping puzzles on Lost in the Fog just in case new ones get added in New Game Plus. Because I really want to, like, I really enjoyed that aspect. And then, playing Trails in the Sky. So, since I've been back, sorry, I heard Kelly Clarkson in my head. Since you've been gone, since I've been back. But, I've been really enjoying it. It's Trails in the Sky. It's me. Of course I fucking am. So I finished chapter 2, which is Ruin. Still one of my favorite chapters in the series. Just all the stuff that happens. I'm like, this is just kind of all killer, no filler. And you can argue how much of it is, like, more filler. Like, I guess I won't go into spoilers right now. It's like the main antagonist of this particular arc. This is someone who never shows up again. Like, there's the whole play. It's like this, there's a lot of lore, but it's not, like, super deep lore that ever comes back or anything like that. But, like, I don't care. I love the play. The play is genuinely one of my favorite parts of the whole series. I just think it's really cool. It's really fun. There is a lot of character stuff with Estelle and Joshua and their relationship. Like, the bit at the end of the chapter with Joshua making that threat is a moment I was really looking forward to. I do think I like it a bit more in the original, because I think like the facial animations, like his expressions, were perfectly fine. Like, I think they were good, but just like the subtle change in his portrait and just like it made it feel so much more unnerving. And I will say, it's like, which version of the game do I prefer? I think I still prefer the original for just a few small things. Number one, I love the the treasure chest quotes. Just an incredibly fun, like, goofy little thing where there's a very good chance you would never discover it, because why would you check a treasure chest a second time after opening it? But just the fact that it's there, and I genuinely found it while playing the game, I was like, wait, what? Wait, do they all do this? Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Absolutely loved it. It's like, that's something that's, to me, it feels missing. There's some moments of dialogue, like, I noticed it from the very first scene where when Cassius brings Joshua home, Estelle's like, is that a boy? Compared to an FC script, like, why is my present a boy? Which is so much more aggro and just so much funnier. And I feel like there have been some moments, like, I can't think of a lot of other examples. Like, I know there's a line where Estelle, I think it's like threatening Olivier, and she's like, you know, I have a big stick, I can hit you with it. And I haven't seen it yet, and I don't remember if that's later in the game or if it's an SC, or if, no, it's something that she would have said already. They just cut it or rephrased it. And it's not like I think the new script is terrible by any means. I'm like, it feels a little bit different, but the basic core of the characters and the story is all still there, and it's all still really good. In terms of just, like, the gameplay and the combat, it's like I said earlier, I'm on Zeiss right now. From what I remember in FC, bless Tita's heart, but I just did not get her to work very well. I remember in the third, she was a monster. As I referred to her, she was a card-carrying member of Team Bunga, which was Estelle, Joshua, Agate, and Tita. I was like, okay, I can get through fights with you for, like regular fights, not bosses. Like, I just have to hit the A button, and you will just attack things and do obscene amounts of damage. This is awesome. But in FC and SC, I was like, she didn't feel that good. She was a glass cannon with emphasis on the glass, and I didn't feel like the cannon was that great either. I mean, I like that she literally has a hand cannon. But it's like, I don't remember her damage being that great. I remember her accuracy being terrible. She was really slow and was just frail. Like, you're not that good, but I like that your S-Craft is a minigun. I think, like, you've got a nice healing craft. You got an AoE that can cause some stats. Like, there's good stuff here. She just doesn't work that great. In the remake, Tita is an absolute unit. Like, so far, I don't know what'll happen later on in the chapter, because, like, I think we have to fight the giant penguin. I think that was an FC and not SC, because I did some of the penguin stuff already with just Estelle and Joshua. Like, I got a weapon for Tita before I got Tita, and that was just kind of funny. But I'm like, there might be some things that are problematic later, but she's, like, broken. I have fought enemies and done, like, 20,000 damage with, like, her S-Craft. I think I fought enemies and done, like, 30,000 damage with an attack. I think it was, like, the S-Craft in particular. So, her main quartz that I have on her right now is Lone Blade, which is, yeah, like, the more, damage is proportional to the health you've lost. So, like, if you're going to be a glass cannon, instead of trying to fix that, giving you more defense, giving you more health, why don't I just weaponize the glass part? So I keep her at low health. Joshua with, like, protect and safeguard, and Estelle with resurgence gives her additional survivability. Her strength stat right now, so she has the upgraded weapon that I got from that treasure chest. I upgraded it at the store, which is, I don't remember being able to do that in the original game. Because I know that's a thing you do in Cold Steel. Could you even do that in Crossbow? I want to say yes. Because I think, like, you can get an upgrade of one of Lloyd's weapons, which is what gives it the, like, evasion boost that was really necessary for Aryan Road. But anyways, like, I don't remember being able to do that in the original game. It's like, so she has an upgraded weapon, her item, her equipment, I think she has the red sphere, which I just got, and I don't remember what the other one is, but it's another thing that increases strength by like 15 or 20. She has Chaos Blade, which is strength plus 25, and it's like a 10 or 15% chance to confuse. Death Blade, which is strength plus 25, but also like a 10-15% chance to death blow. She has Hit 3, because like she needs to have gold, but it's also like better accuracy, strength plus 30. She has Attack 3. What's the other one? Oh yeah, and Break 3, which is strength plus 30. Also, you do a lot of breaking. Tita's strength is over 700. Like, it's... Estelle, her best stat right now is like 550 or so. Joshua, I mean, strength, like speed, it's kind of a different number. But his speed is over 100, which is insane compared to everyone else. And his other best stat is his arts, which is... I think the high 5s, almost 6. And yet, yeah, like Tita has a stat in the 700s. It's dumb. And then with the Lone Blade scaling, it gets dumb. And it gets kind of out of hand really fast. It's so fun. Like, I don't think Domination is in Sky. Like, it wasn't in the original. I don't know if it's something they added, but if I can put Domination on Tita, it's like, so I won't get the Lone Blade scaling if I get rid of that. But if I put them both on, like, I don't know what strength buff I would have to get rid of for it, though. Like, I guess I could get rid of the hit, strength plus 30, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be an SC, or it's like, oh yeah, it's like once you upgrade a slot, then, you know, you can put Domination or something on there, but oh man. Tita and SC might be cracked. Like, look, I remember when I beat the first game, my final party was Estelle and Joshua, because of course, then I had Chloe and Olivier. Like, I might bounce one of them for Tita with just how good she's been, but I'm also like, with how good she's been, how crazy are Agate and Zing? Because, like, I've had Agate a couple times, but I haven't had a chance to, like, really build him. Being able to really build Agate might be dumb. And I don't remember just how strong Zin was. Like, is Zin going to be stronger than Tita? I mean, Lone Blade isn't going to work well with Zin because he is a tank. I mean, I guess in a way it's like proportional to the health loss. Like, he had a lot of health to lose, but also it's going to take him longer to get into that point. With Agate and Wild Rage, he could get to that point a lot faster, so he might just be a better option than Tita. But also, Tita's just massive AoE crafts. Like, that's really useful. That's really helpful. And even her low speed is really mitigated because, hey, clock up EX, it accelerates. Gives a big buff, but the acceleration effect is so crazy. Like, no, there's ways around her. Like, one of her weaknesses is mitigated. One of the others, like, became a strength. This is why I like these kinds of games. Just character building and customization. Like, it's so ding-dang fun. But anyways, like I said, like, 2 big announcements. They were game-related. Pokemon and Silent Hill. And then also having to talk about Trails. So, I guess another kind of game is just talking about sports for a little bit. So, the championship series for MLB are going on right now. The Mariners are up. I think it's 2-1 on the Blue Jays. And the Dodgers... I think they won again yesterday, so I think they're 3-0 on the Brewers? No, sorry, they've only played 2 games. I think. So, because I know they won last night. I think they're up 2-0, because I don't think they've played a 3rd game yet. If they have, they're up 3-0. So, I think I've talked about it before. I guess let's... Bleh. When it comes to baseball, I don't watch a lot of it. Because it's a very long sport. It feels longer than football, although I think the average game is still probably around like 3.5 hours or so. Like, I'm kind of laughing to myself because I watched the end of the Mariners-Tigers Game 5, which was like the 15th inning, 16th inning? Like, it went long, but it was really fun because that's the thing. I'm like, I don't often watch it because games are so long and the season is so long. Like, this is overwhelming. But I will keep up with the standings like every few weeks, every few months. And then once we get into August, I'm like, okay, I'm really paying attention now. And in September, I'm really paying attention now. Because playoff baseball is so fun to watch. It is just turn-based combat. And just all, I don't want to say all the strategy, although I know there is still a lot of strategy, like how do you manage the bullpen, like, you know, like what pitches are you throwing, what pitches do you swing, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's stuff that I don't really get into as much just because I don't know all of, like, a lot of the ins and outs of baseball. But I just love how intense it feels. Like, every pitch feels so meaningful. Because, like, is this going to be a strike? Is this going to be a home run? Is this going to be an RBI? And every pitch is also adding to that pitcher's count. And the more they pitch, the more, you know, they kind of start to feel it. But they can also start to feel it. You're like, okay, he's been out there too long. You know, we got to go to the next person. And they're fresher, but maybe they're just not as good. Maybe our bullpen's not as deep. And like that's the stuff I find really interesting. So I haven't been able to watch a lot of games. I've been playing a lot of Trails and Silent Hill instead. But I've definitely still been following them. And the moments when I have been able to sit down and watch or just like follow the action, I'm like, this is so exciting. I really enjoy it. In terms of the NFL, so the Saints lost again, but we still won a game. And I'm happy we're not going to go winless. I'm happy that, you know, even if the team's not great, we still at least show fight and seem relatively competitive every week, aside from the Seahawks. Dude, I don't know what is going on with the 49ers. I thought the Saints had terrible injury luck the last few years, but how does this happen to this team every year? It's crazy. It's like what I've noticed is either the 49ers are one of the most injured teams and even then still feel competence, if not outright good, or they're healthy and they go to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. Like, that's how well the team is constructed. That's how good Shanahan is as a coach. Like, even when they're injured and depleted, they're still a decent team. And I do respect the hell out of them for that. I know the Bucs are super injured too, but they're 5-1. You really wouldn't be able to tell. And like, yeah, as a Saints fan, I hate to see it. As a Sooner fan, I'm always happy to see Baker do well. And he's definitely one of the front runners for MVP right now. I think there's only 2 one-loss teams. I think it's them and the Colts. Eagles and Bills are both 4-0. Now they're both 4-2. I mean, I still think both teams are good, but hey, who knows? Maybe like they'll really fall apart. I mean, it was what the Eagles were 10-1 2 years ago, and then still made the playoffs, but just spiraled. And so like when they had that wild card loss, like yeah, this isn't a surprise. Like this is not the same team they were. And then you know the next year they won the Super Bowl. So right, the NFC East has never had like a back-to-back champion, or sorry, it's not never, but I think it's like since the division realignment, so it's been like 20 years or so, they have not had a back-to-back champion. And look, I mean, the Cowboys have no defense, but the offense is incredible. Washington is like 3-3 right now, like they're average-ish, but you know, they were in the NFC Championship last year, like they could still be good. The Giants are only 2 games back of the Eagles, beating them once. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say the Giants are going to go on a run, but I had said at the start of the year, like, I don't know. I got a feeling that the Giants are going to be really competitive this year. Like, they might not. I think I had said, it's like, I don't think they're going to win the division. I don't even know if they will make the playoffs, but they're going to be in the thick of the playoff hunt a lot longer than we think they're gonna be. And it's not gonna be just a, you know, it's mathematically possible, but like, no, like they're gonna be in contention. And it's still too early to really say that, I suppose, because yeah, everyone is kind of still in contention. I guess even the Saints. But I think we'll see around like mid-November. But I kind of had that feeling that the Giants would be competitive still then, and seeing like how like Dart and Scatteroo were playing, like Maybe they will be. What else was I going to say? I said how the Saints are a winless team because there's only one right now. It's the Jets. And it feels so weird, like, seeing that team week one. Because I watched, like, most of that game against Pittsburgh, or at least, like, most of the second half. I was like, dang, like, the offense is clicking. They are moving the ball. They're looking really good. Defense is giving up a lot of points. It's not great, but they're looking really good. And then, like, I had more passing yards on Sunday than the Jets. They had -10 net passing yards. That's insane. And I mean, offensively, the Broncos didn't look much better, but they still won. Aside from the Saints doing terrible, it has been a fun season because it's one of those seasons that feels really wide open. I mean, like, the Chiefs have been the kings of the AFC for the last, 6, 7 years? And even then, you're like, they're 3-3. They're a very mortal, beatable team. The Ravens have been, like, the class of the AFC for years. They're 1-5. And yet, they have a lot of injuries. Lamar's injured. They were losing games with Lamar, too, because that defense is awful right now. And yes, like, the injuries have played a part in that, too. But even, like, week 1... they gave up 40, like a huge comeback. Like, the AFC feels like Pittsburgh's going to win the division by default at this rate because the Bengals can't win a game without Burrow. The Ravens couldn't win a game with Lamar because of that defense, and the Browns is the Browns. So Steelers are kind of making it by default. The AFC South, keep it a buck, the Titans ass. Like, that quote is so funny. And Scott Van Pelt saying it the other day killed me. But, like, the Titans are bad. Like, they just fired their head coach. They're that bad. Houston hasn't looked great, but they've got some wins. Maybe they'll have some momentum. I think they're on a bye last week. The Colts look really good, and the Jags are also good. Like, the defense is playing well, and Trevor has had some good plays. He's also had some not great plays, but I mean, what possibly his most defining moment of the season was him picking his nose on the sideline, getting stepped on, falling down, trying to get up, falling down, getting up, and then running in for a touchdown as Chris Jones just kind of stands there not doing anything. So they're good, definitely in playoff contention. Maybe can make some noise. I don't know. And then the AFC East, well, I mean, the Jets don't have a win. The Dolphins are just spiraling chaos. Like, I don't think McDaniel is surviving the season at this rate. The Bills are good, but flawed. And the Patriots are in first place and are looking good because Vrabel is a really good coach. And then in the West, well, the Chargers looked great, but with the offensive line issues and injuries, like, well, it's hard for them to win games. They still beat the Dolphins, and even then, like, that took effort to do. I mean, it's an NFL game. It should take effort, but it was harder than it should have been or than you think it would be. But if their line gets back, they can really do some shit. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Broncos have a really good defense, but a lot of offensive issues, and the Raiders are also there. But then you look at the NFC, you're like, so everyone in the NFC West is good, except the Cardinals, but the Cardinals also just keep losing close games. And there's that part of me that goes, well, they're always in it. Like, they could theoretically be, like, what, 6-0? 6 games. Like, they could be 6-0 right now. But also, they're not. And a lot of that is just the way they blow games. Like, all the stuff they did to blow the Titans game. Like, that's not a good team identity. But the rest of the division, all in the thick of things right now. The NFC South, yeah, the Saints are terrible. The Panthers are not good, but I think they're 500. They're either 3-3 or 2-4. Like, they're really bad on the road, but, like, pretty good at home. The Falcons, I think they're also 3-3 or 4-2. Like, they don't look bad at all. And then the Bucks are like the class of the NFC right now. I talked about the East a little bit ago. And then in the North, well, the Lions are still really good. The Packers are still really good. The Bears are looking good. And the Vikings are functioning like as best they can with like their offensive line woes and like, you know, JJ McCarthy being injured and all that. But like the NFC feels wide open. The AFC feels wide open. Like, I don't know who I would pick to go to the Super Bowl right now. Like, I guess, like, I mean, Colts and Bucks have the best record, sure, but I don't know. Like, I really don't know what's going to happen. That's fun. That is kind of exciting. I'm like, hey, with how wide open this is, maybe the Saints go on a run and get a wild card spot. But no, that's not happening. I've said it before, like at the start of the season, even before the season started, like I have hope that we can look like competitive and somewhat competent and maybe try to build like a good foundation and a good culture again and like in a few years be something like remarkable. But I don't have like hope that we're going to be good this year. And yeah, believe it or not, that hasn't changed. There's a few other things to go over. So, some other stuff that, like, I was watching. Survivor, have not seen the most recent episode. Like, I got home around midnight last night from playing Silent Hill. I was like, I will watch it tomorrow. So, I haven't seen it. I watched the most recent episode, last Thursday. Yeah, I think it was after I recorded. I watched that episode. So, one where Jake got medevaced, which, I'm glad it was a drive-by and that it wasn't something much more serious. But it's also really weird because there's some times where someone will get medevaced, but if someone will get medevaced and be like, hey, so someone got medically evacuated, so there's going to be no tribal council tonight or like no immunity challenge. But other times something like this will happen. Like another example I could think of is in Samoa, where I think like when Russell got, like, obviously not Hans, as the other Russell. I don't remember what his last name was. But when he was medically evacuated, I don't believe there was, like, a tribal after that. But when Mike Barassi, in the same season, got medically evacuated because of, like, damage he took during the immunity challenge, like, okay, like, we can't have you continue. You're out. You're still going to tribal council. Or how, like, a few seasons ago in 46... with, what was his name? I want to say it was Matthew, but the guy who injured his shoulder, he got medically evacuated after the immunity challenge. But because of that, they're like, hey, I don't even remember what the Purple Tribe's name was. But, like, you guys don't have to go to tribal anymore. And then Banu was praising God because he had an opportunity because someone else got medically evacuated. So it's just one of those things, like, I don't know exactly what the timing of that is. It's like, hey, like, if it's after the challenge has been decided, then it's fair game. But if it's before the challenge or during the challenge, sucks to suck, I guess. But other than that, again, like, it's like I've been saying, I like the season. I don't feel apathetic toward it by any means. Like, I'm enjoying watching Survivor, but I'm not at a point where I'm like, okay, like, we're cooking. I'm really enjoying this. And I think the big reason is I just don't feel like I've seen a lot of strategy. I've seen people, like, make groups and, like, but even then, it feels like just kind of very basic 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. Okay, cool. Now, seeing, like, some of the bonding going on, like, that's nice, but I don't know, like, I don't want to say it doesn't feel real, but I don't feel, like, for example, I know a lot of people did not enjoy 48, especially as it went on. Like, look, there's just this strong 4-5 alliance, and, like, Camilla and Kyle, and it's just, like, boring watching them steamroll, and I get that. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I really like a lot of the connections that I'm seeing and a lot of the bonds. Regardless of what you think about Joe and Eva, like, I really enjoyed seeing their connection. And some of these scenes with, like, Joe and Shaheen and, like, Kyle and Camilla and Kyle and Joe. Like, I'm getting into this, like these personal relationships forming this season. It's like, yeah, like we have a strategy, but there's the human element here too. And I feel like I haven't really seen that yet. And a lot of that is also because here's the tribe that keeps losing. These tribes don't have to go to tribal. And there's like some people on the outs, but it doesn't feel like, okay, there's like tension and people like really dislike each other. Like, I couldn't really tell you who the people on yellow are, except, oh, what's his name? Which is not a good sign, but I think it's Justin is the guy who was the alternate who's stupid good at puzzles. And there's a guy named Steven who's kind of seems like the main character of that tribe. And MC, which is a great name, by the way. I'm like, okay, so main character energy, perfect. But who likes Steven and is in the 4, but is like, I don't know how much I really buy it. And that's like the most we have. Like, that's not a whole lot. Red at least has some like more stuff going on, but even then, I'm like, I like it. I don't love it. Blue at least has a lot more dynamics, but yeah, like it's fine. It's okay. I don't know. Maybe I just miss Auntie. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I need something like wild to happen. I guess the closest we have to that is Sage, but again, even then, like, we've gotten some stuff from her, and like that, her talking in the latest episode, again, the latest that I saw, about, you know, how she struggled a lot with friendships, and, you know, that how a lot of them haven't really panned out. Like, that was a really vulnerable moment. Like, that's the kind of human stuff I love seeing on Survivor. But that's the most I've, like, really gotten out of her, and it's been okay. I'm hopeful that this most recent episode, which was the tribe swap, is going to make things a lot more interesting. Seeing these dynamics, and again, I was like, yeah, it feels like we have some core 4s, but how close are they really? I might really see it. It's like, okay, now that we're getting swap dynamics and like cross-tribal alliances that are going to go into the merge, this might get a lot better. I'm really hoping it does. I've watched Smiling Friends. I don't like the way I said it. I was like, I've seen it. It's because I've really enjoyed Smiling Friends. I watched the first episode. I didn't watch all the second episode. I just kind of walked in as Jose was watching the end with Mr. Frog and his dad. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? But I've been enjoying it. The Gintama spinoff has started, and it's fine. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm laughing. The recurring bit of the Shrine Maiden character who doesn't talk and just plays the flute, I think is really funny. I don't know if it's like, you know, something happened to the voice actress and she couldn't be recast, and so they're doing that, or if it's just like she wasn't available. To me, the joke feels like, because she was such a minor character, they didn't bother giving her a voice, which made the whole, like, Kienzan joke in the last episode, like, of her doing it with the flute, like, that had me, like, howling. The, like, the whole bit with, sorry, I'm like, Gintoki. I guess now, though, it's Ginpachi. So, of Gintoki doing the, like, giving the, like, advice to his students. Like, there were some bits I was like, this part isn't that funny. But then you have Kondo going, my name is Isao Kondo and I wish to remain anonymous. Like, that got me. Like, I freaking love Kondo. But, like, there have been some jokes that have really made me laugh. Some that haven't quite hit. But I think it's fine. It's good. It is hitting that Gintama itch that I didn't know needed to be scratched. So I don't think it's quite a like, oh man, like the new episodes, I gotta drop everything to watch it. But if every now and then I'm like, oh yeah, like I've got some episodes to watch, I should do it. Still haven't watched Gundam or Pokemon. Whoops. Haven't really done much word reading either. I've at least read a little bit since I got back. I kind of got to get back into the swing of it, because like I still like it. It's cool. Like cool things are about to happen. It's just so long. And in my orichalcum editing that I've been doing, I am in the second third of the story, and it's going well, because I'm really glad I decided to give it another look. because there have been just some like typos that I've noticed. So like, oh yeah, that's a word missing. Oh, I just put the wrong word there. That's on me. And then just some other little bits of lore. I'm like, okay, this is how I understood it before, but because of the way other things have changed and the ripple effects, this needs to get tweaked a little bit. And what I like about it is that it's nothing that really, like, there's not a lot of significant changes to the book itself. It is just like a few words here, a few words there. But I do think there's a notable difference, and I can already just see like, yeah, this is how it's going to affect stuff later. Or it's like, you know, this is a thing that's, excuse me, either the direct impacts of things it'll have or some foreshadowing elements that are kind of going to be there. I'm really enjoying it and appreciating it. And I spent some time yesterday before work. I was like, okay, like I have a lore idea and I like it, but I don't know if it's overcomplicated. I'm kind of going to sit, I'm going to write it down, I'm going to play around with it, which led to me also really hashing out the details for one character, because it's like follows, you know, multiple characters at once. Like one character's climax for the third book, which I had the idea for. I'm like, okay, now I'm actually like hashing it out. Oh, if this goes the way I think it'll go, this is gonna be so dang fun to write. This is cool. This is fun. There is some like other like lore stuff that kind of gets incorporated. There's some moments that are really funny. There's some moments that are really heartbreaking. Like, oh my goodness, if I pull this off, this is gonna be incredible. Sorry, I think there was something else I was gonna say. That was kind of it. That's basically it. Gosh, it's been like 45 minutes. This has been a long one. I had one other thing written, so I guess I'll bring it up. So, as I described it to Clay the other day, I was like, I got Octobered. So I was driving home after like a late night session of Silent Hill. So this was around like late 11 o'clock, almost midnight. And I'm going up a hill. But you know, it was a quiet hill. Okay, I'm sorry. There is a part in like some of the, because there's like a credit song and then another credit song. And in one of them, there was a line that was like, when the quiet hills are steeped in silence. And I was just like, but, I go driving up a hill and I see this like silhouette, like this shadow, like jogging up the hill. And I'm thinking to myself, that's weird. It's like midnight. Why is someone jogging at midnight, like in the dark, like not wearing reflective clothing or anything? Okay. So I'm, you know, going slow. I have my light on. I turn my brights on and I still like don't see them. Like I kind of see like the silhouette. I'm like, that's weird. Okay, they just stopped moving. Is this like a ghost? Is this, am I about to die? Am I about to get possessed? Am I gonna go to the shadow realm? What's gonna happen? Because I can't really turn around where I'm at, so I guess I'm just gonna slowly approach and avoid the person, or, wait, there's no person there. That's just a flat shadow on the ground from, like, the street light. So, what I'm assuming happened was just as I was driving, for some reason, I guess like because the road was like a little uneven, like I was kind of bouncing a bit, and so it looked like the shadow on the ground was going up and down a little, and I thought I saw it move? Maybe? Or I did see a ghost and then it disappeared because it's the spooky month. But I was like, okay, that's a fun October thing that happened. Sweet. But yeah, I think that's about it. So I guess like for the next week, keep playing Trails. I don't know if I'll finish it because I don't know how much more of Zeiss I have. And then there's Grancel, and then there's like the final dungeon. That's doable, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll just have Silent Hill F done by that point. Hopefully, because I'm hoping that, I think I put an F in there, a whole thing. I'm hoping that this weekend we can really sit down and just like crank through a lot of the remaining stuff. Again, especially because we're trying to put the, combat on a lower level, so it'll be easier to get through. We know what most of the puzzles are, unless there's new stuff, so we should hopefully make that go quicker. So I would like to have that done. And then when Trails is done, I get to play Pokemon. And I am really, really, really excited to play Pokemon. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah.